What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube?
There we go.
It's Livin Large.
We here.
With the
we here.
with the homie,
we here.
Apollo the Child.
It is
you know what I mean?
4 a.m. and we
Reunited
here.
and it feels so good, baby.
Oh my God, yes.
Reunited and it feels so
miss
good.
This so much.
We here. We coming at you live on the Home Invasion Show from Ottawa, Canada, and we about to talk about Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
Right? I know I said last week that I will be talking about it because I'm going to watch the movie
For sure.
and let y'all know what it is. We like to do a little segment called Smash or Grab, right? So pretty much what it is we watch something or, whatever. We do what it do in terms of a new product or something that's relevant to us and our listeners. And if it's cool, we grab it. If it's whack, we smash it, right? So
yes, sir.
that's the segment we're about to pull right now about Cult of Chucky. And before we get into any of that, I want to say, I want to correct some of my mistakes I said in the last video in terms of the Chucky remake. I said that Don Mancini, he directed all the movies, but actually, he's the writer. He wrote all the movies, right? So all the Chucky movies from, the first one, the first Child's Play, all the way down to Cult of Chucky that we're talking about, he wrote that movie, right? That's number one. Number two, I said that the most recent release for the Child's Play movies is Curse of Chucky, and I've never seen that. That's bullshit. I've actually watched that movie, and the most recent one is Cult of Chucky. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You go.
And we talking about that live right now. You know what I mean? And just to be specific, because I didn't want to make no mistakes, while I was watching the movie, I jotted some notes down.
Okay, that's because I haven't seen it yet. So. Okay,
it's on the Netflix, Canadian Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's on the U.S. one too.
For sure.
But you can find it on the Canadian Netflix. And, we'll do it up like that,
Let him
you,
know,
you heard the news about the remake, though, right? So you up to speed on that?
Yes,
All right.
yes. Actually, you're the one that filled me in on it. Because I saw that they teased the remake, and then, I didn't know the plot, and they told me the plot, and I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, both of us, we've seen Curse of Chucky, right?
Yes,
you remember that movie?
I do.
All right. So this movie pretty much picks up where it left off in terms of Curse of Chucky, right? So Brad Dourif's daughter, Fiona Dourif, her character Nika, she gets sent to a mental institution, an insane asylum, because she pretty much gets blamed for all the murders that happened in the Curse of Chucky movie,
as these things usually go. Yeah,
right. But Andy. Right, you remember little Andy from the first movie? He's in this one,
For
right?
sure.
And
I remember that's how it ended off with the first one.
Yeah,
yeah,
right. So he's in the movie, and they kind of do little callbacks here and there with Andy's character, right? I loved he's going he's going to a safe that he has hidden behind a picture.
Okay.
But it's a framed picture of his sweater from his military academy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty nice. You know what I mean? That was a little Easter egg,
especially
right there.
Considering I think that chapter in the movie's history wasn't really so well regarded.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really use the original actor, right?
Yeah,
they used somebody else. The guy that played the main character in Dungeons and Dragons, and Jimmy Olsen in the rom-com Superman with Dean Cain. Right?
Yes.
Only in the 90s would you get a Superman TV show that's a romance comedy, right? Only in the 90s. Okay, so I wrote the good right here. This is what I found was pretty good.
Okay.
Brad Dourif. Need I say more?
No,
I don't need to say anything.
Classic
right?
Chucky. Okay.
Andy's story is explained further. I like that.
Yeah.
Right. They had callbacks to the past movies, right? So they were talking about, the past movies and shit like that, and they had again little Easter eggs like that,
Yeah.
So again, Don Mancini, David Kirshner, all the original folks that wrote the movie, right, and produced the movie, they were involved with this, right?
Of course.
And they had a lot of practical effects, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, that's always, in my opinion, the way to go. CGI is dope and cool, and if you can't animate something, use CGI.
I don't think so.
I get it.
No, I don't think so.
But you can't mess with practical effects.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the older movies that utilize practical effects well, they've held up beautifully.
Case in point, Jurassic Park.
Yes. And then if you look at movies like
there was CGI all day, every day.
Yeah, what was that one?
Godzilla.
With the Tooth Fairy. Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls.
No,
right?
it does not hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope,
See, so to me, it don't work. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy because, what's his name? Shit, I forgot the guy's name, and I don't want to say it wrong live right here. Catch me saying it wrong. But Tom Savini. Goddamn, I got it. Tom Savini, he actually perfected blood in movies.
Yes, he
right?
did. For sure.
Got it the right color and got it the right, you know what I mean, the right consistency and all
For
that.
sure.
And he spent years crafting that.
Yeah.
Perfecting the look of blood and realism in gory movies and shit like that. And in a matter of decades, he got shit on. His work got shit on. Replaced by CGI.
CGI blood is so corny. I think Walking Dead uses CGI blood. And every time it's so glaringly noticeable.
Right.
You know? And it's a small nitpick, you know, but it is like a genuine nitpick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially in a show like The Walking Dead, you know, and I think that you do use some practical.
No, they
now
do.
And then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they also don't.
Yeah.
And when they don't, because they do use practical, you notice.
It shows. It's glaring.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
very.
You know what I mean? Very, very obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because in this movie right here, they had a quote from Psycho.
Okay.
And you know how they're like, never reference a good movie in your shitty movie?
Yeah.
To me, I like that. I'm like, you know what? It goes hand in hand. So,
For sure.
You know what I mean? It almost, to me, it seemed like they were paying homage to Alfred Hitchcock. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, that's dope. I'm with it. You know what I mean? And like, yo, the quote was, a man's best friend is his mother. A boy's best friend is his mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The minute I heard that, I started laughing. Like, yo, it's Psycho,
crazy.
Norman Bates. You know?
Yeah.
Some crazy shit. But they had like the best deaths, and you know, spoiler alert, but you know these people are cannon fodder anyway. You know what I mean? The minute you see them, you know they're gonna die.
For sure.
Right? It's a matter of when and how.
Yeah, there's got to be people that get slashed in a slasher film.
Exactly,
flick,
right.
You know?
To me, with the practical effects and how they died, it was the doctor, right? The psychiatrist.
Yeah.
He got it pretty nice.
Was he skeezy?
You know what I mean?
They're always skeezy.
Yes,
they're always skeezy.
Of course, you know what
in
I mean?
the movies,
and
they're
Chucky's
always
dialogue, man,
skeezy.
when it comes to the doctor,
Yeah.
it was insane. It had me laughing. You know
For
what I mean? It had me laughing because like twice he caught him. You know, this guy's like, you know, he would hypnotize Nika, right? The main character. He would hypnotize her, and then he would try to like, you know, pretty much molest her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chucky put a stop to that, you know? And he's like, yo, this guy's work is crazier than me, man. I'm in awe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the second time, he pretty much stops him again, and he's like, yo, what is it with this guy? I don't know whether to be, you know, like, awestruck pretty much, you know what I mean? Or to, like, pretty much axe him off, you know?
Yeah.
So I find that funny. I was like, yo, this shit's
For
funny,
sure.
right? And yeah, this other character, right, he's got, I'm not going to say his name, but, you know, split personalities. I can say his name if you want, right? But he's got split personalities. He got it pretty good, too. You know what I mean? He wasn't skeezy neither, though. You know what I mean? But at one point he was
it's always the doctors in these movies that are, like,
course.
super, super skeezy.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. But, yeah, let's get into the bad. All right? I did say that the effects were practical, but there was one practical effect that seemed a little cheesy, a little corny, a little whack. I'm like, yo, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Nika, the main character, Fiona Durf's character, she gets, I think it's pretty much in the same scene, actually, when she gets hypnotized, right?
Okay.
She starts dreaming, and when she's dreaming, you can see her like she falls off her wheelchair, and she starts crawling away, running away from this giant-sized Chucky doll coming at her, and it just looks super whack, man. I'm like, yo, this shit's garbage, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, they should have done without that scene, you know what I mean? We'll try to do it a little bit.
Especially if it's a dream sequence, it did not really need to be in the movie.
That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It didn't really add nothing to the movie.
I'm not a fan of dream sequences in movies.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's crazy, to me it's like,
unless it's Inception.
Like
I don't think that movie could exist without dream sequences,
right?
You know?
Exactly, right? But to me, it's like, yeah, they could have done that scene better because instead of having her running away from like this life-size Chucky doll that looks whack as fuck, you know what I mean? They should have just got her thinking about the murders that happened in the previous movie. And I'm like, the footage exists, why not? You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought that would have been a little better, right?
For sure.
Movie had jump scares.
I was gonna say, what's more impactful, you know, running away from this giant doll or like revisiting the murder of your family?
That's what I'm saying,
you
right?
know?
And being blamed for it too.
Yeah, of
you know what I mean? Being blamed for it. So I thought it was it was better if they added that scene, right? But you know, no horror movie these days is free from jump scares. I'm pretty sure you watched none and you said it was jump scare below up ass. You know? This movie has a couple jump scares here and there, and to me it's like, yeah, you know what?
But you know what? It's the standard. It's the norm. As long as it's not heavy-handed and utilized too much and like, you know, reliant on, then I think it's passable. I think that's okay.
That's what I'm saying, man. I hear that. You know, if it's relevant or added to the story. You know, I remember Silent Hill, Part 2 or whatever. They had a jump scare where it was toast popping out of a toaster.
Yeah, you know, that's when it's a little heavy-handed and
Yeah,
unnecessary.
no, uncalled for. You know what I mean? It's like,
sure.
yo, for real, this is your scare.
If it's within
you know?
reason, then it's cool.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's like, no, you're just milking it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it just seems like we don't have any scares, so we're just gonna add this.
Of course.
You know? It's just gimmicky, you know. And what's even crazier is nowadays, the horror audience nowadays and kids, pretty much, a movie isn't considered quote unquote scary unless it has jump scares, right? Do like a horror thriller,
Yeah.
a psychological thriller movie, right? Nope, a slow burn horror. Good luck. You know what I mean? Crazy with that shit right there. You know what I mean? Some of the effects, I did hype it up. I did say the effects were practical and they were nice, but some of them, you know what I mean? It seemed like they were a little bit CGI. There was one death scene where one of the patients, one of the girls, she pretty much gets sedated and you know, roped up on a bed, right? And there was like this big window or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What do they call them? Skylines or whatever? No, it's not. It's
Skylight?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They had one of those, right? And so Chucky takes a pressurized can, and he ends up bopping it like this, and it ends up shooting up like a rocket, right?
Yeah.
So it goes through the skylight, and then it just rains glass, right?
Okay.
And so one of the shards ends up just decapitating the person, right?
Yeah.
And to me, yeah, the effect kind of looked whack, right?
Okay.
It was a blender of CGI and then practical.
For sure.
But to me, it's like, yo,
and it can be done, but like,
yeah,
it has to be very specifically.
yeah. I don't know. To me, it seemed like it would have been more gorier, more scarier, and just a little more disturbing, I guess. You know, if instead of just having that comic-y, gimmicky head decapitation with the glass,
For sure.
it would have been better if it just all them glass shards end up just, you know what I mean, pretty much stabbing her. You just see a corpse laying on a bed with like you know,
Pincushion.
pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, you know, and like it did get a little more like a little disturbing. You know what I mean? Like I watched the scene twice, and both times it just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because like right before the glass hits, you see the main character's face, and she pretty much accepts death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just see like a single teardrop roll down her eye, and I'm like, yo, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
kind of heavy-handed like that, you know? Nothing you'd expect from a Chucky movie where it's like, you know,
Yeah,
Brad
of
Dourif
course.
laughing, cackling and shit, you know? All right. The movie's called Cult of Chucky, the cult storyline.
Okay.
That shit was whack.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
thought it was just, I don't know, like, I remember seeing a trailer for the movie, and they hyped it up, made it seem like there's going to be a cult of people following Chucky and stuff like
For sure.
that.
That's what I thought.
No.
That's what I assumed.
No,
And
it's
to be,
it's
but
one
to
of
be
those.
honest, that's what turned me off from watching it.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
Yeah.
all right, Cult, I think, of Chucky is a little much.
Yeah, no, it is.
You know?
It is.
But to be honest, hearing that the cult is downplayed actually makes me want to watch it even more.
Yeah, no, it's one of those movies where the trailer isn't properly representative
Yeah,
of the
man.
movie itself.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Okay. And the ending might piss some people off, right? You know what I mean? I thought it was whatever. I'm like, you know what? I want to see where they're going to go next with this. You know what I mean? But the ending is going to piss a little people. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they're going to get pissed off.
You have to tell me off mic. 'Cause I do want to know.
Okay.
I do want to know. I don't care. Spoil it
Alright.
for me.
Sounds
Yeah,
good. We'll do that,
yeah.
right?
We'll do it off mic.
And as much as I like seeing Andy in the movie,
Yeah.
and as much as I like that his storyline is being continued, it pretty much takes a back seat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It pretty
sure.
much takes a back seat heavy.
But at the same time, like, they already established Nika as, like, you know, the central character, you know?
Yeah.
They honestly did not need to add Andy. So the
Most
fact that they
definitely.
did is at least like a love letter
Most
to
definitely.
past fans.
And
you know?
I agree 110%, but the thing is, though, they made it seem like he was going to save Nika.
For sure.
They made it seem like he was going to kill Chucky pretty much. You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
he needed an exit. That's what it was. They
I don't
needed
know,
to
man.
tie that
To me, it
loose
seemed
end.
like, yo, like,
They needed to
his
tie
story
that
went
loose-
flat. It
I
went
didn't
nowhere.
I didn't even watch it, and I know they needed to tie that loose end.
Nah, you know, it just went nowhere. To me,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know if, again, they're going to pick it up from, you know, the next movie. But it's one of those where it's like, why have him do all this if it's not going to lead to nothing?
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Of course.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Some of the weird. Here's some weird shit.
Okay.
All right? Out of nowhere, the movie isn't edited this way, but in a certain scene, it gets edited like this.
Okay.
It just becomes like Ang Lee's Hulk, where it becomes like almost like comic panels everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, why? You know what I mean? If the
No.
entire movie was done like that, okay, I get it. But even then, I'd be like, yo, that's kind of different from the entire series, right? Because they never went that road. But there's like one or two scenes where it's edited in like comic panels. I found that to be pretty weird. I thought that was, you know, ridiculous and whack.
I've never been a fan of that. Even in comic movie itself, like I've never been a fan of that, you know?
I mean, I think Sin City did it.
Yeah.
Sin City, again, I give it a pass because the way the movie looked, it was made to be like a comic movie.
It fit the aesthetic,
It fit the tone.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but like,
Sin City is the best.
Speaking of heavy-handed, like having comic panels in a comic movie is very heavy-handed.
Yeah.
I didn't like it in the Warriors director's
No,
cut
me neither. Me neither.
That was just unnecessary. It was absolutely unnecessary.
To me, it just seems like...
I don't understand what it added to it at all. We had to get the European cut in order to be able to watch it without, like, the director's, like, you know, because that's apparently the only way you can get it in North America. So
shout out to Walter Hill, though. I still love his movies. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah,
just his director cut for that movie, and he did this. His reason was he doesn't want the movie to be so serious in tone. Yeah. Right. If you remember, going off on a different tangent, different movie, but like in the Warriors when they had the fight in Central Park, I believe it was, between the Baseball Furies and Warriors, where Ajax had that popular line, "I'm gonna shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle." Yeah. Right. That scene, without music, seemed serious. So it was like a serious movie in tone, right? Of course. But Walter Hill wanted to add music into that scene so that way it'll, you know what I mean, take it out from being a serious ass movie, right? And that's why if you remember, most of the fight scenes they did have a musical score in the background.
Yeah, in the background.
What I mean? So that way it's not gonna be such a heavy-handed, like, you know, gangster movie, gang movie, whatever, you know? Yeah. Stuff like that. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty weird when they added them comic panels. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I thought it was pretty weird. To me, it's like, yo, if you're gonna have a comic panel movie, whatever, you know, comic panels like that, be watching a motion comic. You know what I mean? For sure. But I'm not watching a motion comic. I'm watching the movie for that reason. Yeah. Right? I thought that was weird. Another weird thing, they had Jennifer Tilly in the movie, right? Mm-hmm. And they kept referencing, they kept telling her, like, yo, do you know you look like Jennifer Tilly? Yeah, okay. Right? And she's like, yeah, I get that a lot, huh? You know what I mean? Yeah. And at one point, she meets up with Nika, and she's like, yo, I forgot what her character name was, right? Tiffany, I think it was, right? Yeah. Tiffany is supposed to be Charles Lee Ray, Chucky. She's supposed to be his girlfriend. Yeah, for sure. Right? And so, when she sees her, she's like, so who are you? Are you Jennifer or are you Tiffany? And she's like, I'm one and the same or whatever. Some shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So to me, it's like, yo, now you're blurring the lines of reality or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's weird. You know, so I don't know.
And it's just creative choices like that. It's like, why? Yeah. You know, why would you? What? In the, like when you wrote the script, what at the writers' table made you be like, you know what? This is gonna be a good idea. You know, this is gonna be funny. It's gonna be humor. It's just like you can inject humor without doing stuff like that because immediately, like, it takes you out of the movie. Yeah. You know.
Now, see, that's the thing, right? The comic panel shit. I hated it. It was weird, and I hated it. Yeah. But Jennifer Tilly, blurring the lines with her and Tiffany, right? Her character Tiffany. It was weird, but I was like, you know, it doesn't really hurt the story. Right?
No, I'm not a fan of stuff like that at all.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Second, only to dream sequences. Especially when, like, you go through this whole movie, video game, comic, whatever, whatever media, and then all of a sudden at the end it's like, well, this never happened. It was all a dream.
It was all
a
dream.
That is such.
That's how they ended.
That's such an undo button for everything.
Shout out to all the '90s kids, all them people that grew up in like the late '80s.
Yep, I know exactly where you're going. Yeah.
That's how they ended Samurai.
Super Samurai. How does it? Super Samurai.
Cyber Squad.
Cyber Squad. That's what it was. Super Samurai Cyber Squad.
There you go, Sam Servo. Yeah. That's how they ended that shit. You know what I mean?
And then it turns out But was it really?
Exactly.
Exactly. Kilo Khan.
Yeah, with Malcolm.
Half our fan base have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah. You know.
Shout out to those that do know, though.
If you know, you know. Those who know, know. Those who don't, we ain't explaining it. No.
Man, that's why you got Google for a reason.
Exactly. The unofficial third member of the Home Base Show. I normally say fourth, but Messiah ain't here, so.
There you go. Yeah. So overall, out of 4 stars, how much would I give this movie, man? I want to give it a 3, right? But then that just means that it's super perfect, like almost near perfect. You know what I mean? But like, it's a high 2.5. You know what I mean? Like almost a 3, almost a 3, right? If Andy's story went somewhere, I would have given it a 3. You know what I mean? Okay. But does it fit the storyline in the Chucky movies, the tone and all that shit? Hell yeah, it does. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, it does. So I give it a pass. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna smash it. You know what I mean? It's a grab for me. Okay. It's a grab for me. That'd be something you could watch. You know, turn your brain off.
As well. Yeah, I need to check it out.
I want to say much love go to the homegirl Coco all the way down in Toronto. I showed her the video about the Chucky remake because you know, I wanted to, like, you know, spread that shit or whatever. And she was telling me, she's like, man, Cult of Chucky, I didn't really like it. And I'm like, I gotta watch it and I'll let you know what's what. You know what I mean? So Coco, you can get the video. Much love, shout out. I thought the movie was all right. I give it a pass. You know what I mean? It's almost a 3. You know what I mean? Almost. Yeah. But that's the issues that I had with them movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see what the
remakes
will be like. You know, whether we smash or grab it.
It's already a dumpster fire. I'll tell you right now.
I'm already leaning towards smash, but time will tell.
What was it?
Yeah.
Time
will tell.
That's that.
And speaking of time, the time is now 4:29, and we still got a crap ton of music to spin.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to keep the music ball rolling. Up next, we got The Villa, and that's by Pete Rock featuring Slum Village. Slum Village, back when it was T3 and LZI.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, man. So we're going to get to that, because that track is dope. But we will be back on soon. But until then, enjoy the music as always, yo.
Most definitely.
Yes,
we here.
Yes.
Hey, the mics are off.
Huh?
The mics are off, so yeah. Yeah, turn that down.
So we get
copyright
infringement.
But yeah, that's what I thought about the Cult of Chucky movie, right? Again, I give it a pass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna smash it or whatever, right? And it's almost a high 3, and it's crazy, man. Anybody that knows what I'm talking about, let me know. If y'all seen the movie, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Whether you're on the Facebook or whether you're on the YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
Love to hear from y'all just as much as you love to hear from us. You know what I mean?
I had to step off screen, man. I've been holding in this yawn for the whole talk, so I took advantage. I stepped to the side, did what I had to do, and now we're back. I just totally left field.
There you go.
The Curse of Chucky.
Hell yeah.
The Cult of Chucky, rather.
Yeah, see, even me, I got them confused myself. You know what I mean?
For sure. They're very similar in name.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Want to say much up go out to Apollo for being on the show
we
once again. You know, a lot of people would think he's a guest, but no, actually, in actual factual,
yeah,
he's a co-host of mine.
Yo, it's funny because like when we walked in, the person who's doing the show before, because like I haven't met him until today.
Yeah. Much love got to Hope the Builder.
Yes, sir. So when I walked in, it's like, oh, you're what did he say? It was like your entourage or your posse. Your posse. Your posse. I'm like, yeah, man. Nah, I'm a co-host. Just haven't been here in a minute. You know, did the school thing. Now that's done. So like, yeah, we'll be back. We'll see if I'll be back on next week.
All
right. Know, I would like to continue it. You know, especially now that we have access to a car, it's easier to come back and forth.
Exactly.
You know, so and to be honest, like I love New Jack City, and it's dope. You should check it out every other Saturday, midnight to 2 a.m. Not on this week, but we will be on next week.
Most definitely.
It's dope, but hip hop has always been my go-to musical genre. So to be able to kind of spin what I love, not to say that I don't love New Jack Swing. I've discovered a lot of dope music through New Jack City, but hip hop's always number one. So to be able to kind of play what I love, it's refreshing. It's definitely been refreshing.
Hell yeah, man! I second that.
Yeah, man.
Right.
For sure.
So shout out to everybody watching this video.
Yes.
Whether you're catching it on the Facebook, whether you're catching it on the YouTube. And once again, man, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Share the video if you want.
And if you want to hear the whole radio show, just Google Home Invasion Show on demand. You can literally listen to it like a podcast, so you don't have to be up during insane hours like we do.
That's right.
So, yeah, and on that note, much love to the homie Cafe. I told him I will pass the link.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah,
all right.
Cool.
Take care of yourselves and each other, like Jerry Springer said. All right. And I want to take this time, you know, breaking news in hip-hop, very sad, you know what I mean? Toka from the Brown side, right? News came out talking about he was murdered in Mexico, you know what I mean? I just want to say rest in peace, condolences go out to the family. That's an OG veteran, you know what I mean? We grew up with the Ruthless Records era of music, you know what I mean? And, you know, it goes without saying, you know what I mean? So that's what's up, you know? Sad day in hip-hop.
Of course.
All right, take care of yourselves and each other, like Jerry Springer said.
For sure.
Living large out.
Have a good week. We'll catch you Wednesday and then Saturday. Double dose.
Peace out, y'all.
Yep. One love.